On Wednesday, an ICE agent shot an unarmed civilian in the face, according to witnesses that were there, and of course the video evidence that has been released from multiple different individuals, multiple different camera angles. And Donald Trump came out after the footage had been viewed around the world, and he said this about that agent that took a 37-year-old woman's life, a woman named Renee Nicole Good. Everybody needs to remember that name. But here is what Trump said about that woman being killed by an ICE agent in broad daylight in full view of all the cameras. He said, quote, "I have just viewed the clip of the event which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer, who seems to have shot her in self-defense. Based on the attached clip, it is hard to believe he is alive, but is now recovering in the hospital. The situation is being studied in its entirety, but the reason these incidents are happening is because the radical left is threatening, assaulting, and targeting our law enforcement officers and ICE agents on a daily basis. They are just trying to do the job of making America safe. We need to stand by and protect our law enforcement officers from this radical left movement of violence and hate." President Donald J. Trump. Nothing he said was true. Not only does the video evidence very clearly show that everything Trump said is a lie, but the chief of police for Minneapolis also came out, released a statement after Trump had made his that completely contradicted everything that Donald Trump said. That agent was not run over. He is not barely alive. He's not lucky to be alive. He casually walked away after shooting this woman in the face like he had just finished, buying some groceries, and he's just casually walking back to his car like it was just a regular routine thing for him. No remorse on his face, no concern. He wasn't limping. He wasn't, "Oh, get me a medic, I've been..." Nothing. Just casually going about his day as if he didn't just end a 37-year-old woman's life in the middle of the street. Trump's response was absolutely horrific, but it, of course, was not the only horrific response that we got from this administration. ICE released a statement saying this: "One of these violent rioters weaponized her vehicle, attempting to run over our law enforcement officers in an attempt to kill them, an act of domestic terrorism. An ICE officer, fearing for his life, the lives of his fellow law enforcement, and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots. He used his training and saved his own life and that of his fellow officers." The woman was trying to leave. The woman, as far as we know, was not even a suspect. She wasn't being detained. She wasn't part of whatever the hell ICE was there doing. She's an American citizen. ICE has no reason to detain her, to stop her, to interrogate her. And of course, she didn't threaten their lives. She didn't weaponize her vehicle. She didn't do any of that. Tricia McLaughlin, one of the more horrific people from the Department of Homeland Security, who's always out there to give a horrific statement, she said this about it: "Today, ICE officers in Minneapolis were conducting targeted operations when rioters began blocking ICE officers, and one of these violent rioters weaponized her vehicle, attempting to run over our law enforcement officers in an attempt to kill them, an act of domestic terrorism." Oh, you're starting to see a theme emerge, aren't you? "An ICE officer, fearing for his life, the lives of his fellow law enforcement, and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots." Wow, same talking points again. "He used his training and saved his own life and that of his fellow officers." Wow! Just nonstop with the same old talking points here. "The alleged perpetrator was hit and is deceased. The ICE officers who were hurt are expected to make full recoveries." This is the direct consequence of constant attacks and demonization of our officers by sanctuary politicians who fuel and encourage rampant assaults on our law enforcement. These men and women who are simply enforcing the law on the books are facing a 1,300% increase in assaults against them and an 8,000% increase in death threats. This is an evolving situation, and we will give the public more information as soon as it becomes available. We have all the information we need, Trisha. We have the video. And what's great about it is we don't just have the video. There's multiple videos from multiple angles. You've got angles from the side, from the back, from the front. We've got this officer clearly, casually, plainly walking back to his vehicle. And in every single video from every single angle, you cannot see a single ICE agent that even is acting like something hurt them. So you're out there saying they're all expected to make full recoveries. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you don't have any injuries. But Renee Good is not going to be making a recovery because that agent shot her in the face for the crime of trying to get out of there when she was not detained. She was not a suspect. There was no reason for ICE to confront her whatsoever, not to mention all of the video footage. You don't see anybody being violent other than ICE. There were not rioters, as Donald Trump, ICE, and Tricia McLaughlin stated. There were people standing around. Were they blocking a street? Sure. Is that a capital offense? Nope. Is it a capital offense to flee from officers? It is not. And yet Renee Good received capital punishment for it. A 37-year-old woman's life ended on Wednesday at the hands of that ICE officer. The mayor of Minneapolis, of course, came out, issued a very strongly worded response telling ICE to, quote, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. And then, of course, you had the mealy-mouthed idiot, middle-of-the-road Democrats on MSNBC saying, like, he shouldn't have said that. Piss off. We don't need moderate, weak-kneed, pathetic, bitch-ass Democrats telling us to tone down the meanness right now. That woman is dead. And if we want to say fuck ICE, we can say fuck ICE. That's not illegal. It's not bad. It's not even a call to violence. It's a statement. So MSNBC, along with ICE, you can go to hell too. And I hope everybody seriously end it with that network. Give up on them. They are what is also wrong with the Democratic Party today. They can piss right off. But ICE needs to piss off first. This was unprovoked. This was unnecessary. That woman is dead. And this administration has nothing but praise for the officer that killed her. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.